Hello and welcome to another Doom Eternal podcast, where we talk about Doom Eternal on this YouTube channel. Now, if you have been living under a rock your whole life, you wouldn't know this, but if you're on the internet, you're probably excited by the fact that Doom Eternal is getting its first expansion. Will it come with Exultia Master Level? I don't know. Hopefully. When are you going to give it to us, id? Come on, Bethesda. I know you have it. I know you can just change some numbers in the code and give it to us. With me, as always, is my co-host Connor. Say hello.
Hello.
Today, we're going to be talking about some of the new enemies that we've seen in the trailer for the Doom Eternal expansion, The New Gods Part 1. So before we do that, let's talk a little bit about The New Gods. It is a sequel to the Doom Eternal campaign, but it's going to function as its own separate game, which means if you don't own Doom Eternal and you just want to play the expansion pack for some unknown reason, you can do that. And with that, there's going to be some new enemies. The first of which, Connor will talk about.
Well, first things first, the name of the game is actually, or the DLC is The Old Gods, right? Not The New Gods?
I think it's The New God. Maybe it is The Old Gods.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was the...
Oh yeah, it's the Ancient Gods, so I got it wrong. Should we start over?
No, we're good. Let's just keep rolling.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone will give us crap in the comments, but, Greg probably will. But,
yeah.
I don't know. Ancient Gods, that's what it is.
The Ancient Gods.
There you go. So, the first new enemy, or new boss, I'm not entirely sure what they are at this point, that they show to us is Red Maker Angels. And, I don't know, I forget if you said this before, Robbie, that you were upset that we didn't get to fight any of the Maker Angels in the base game or not, but it looks like
we're... I did say that.
Yeah, looks like we're getting to now.
And when I first saw this, I thought it was supposed to be a boss, but if you look at one of the promotional pictures, there's clearly two trying to fight the Doomslayer. And with that, I'm not sure if this is going to play as a regular enemy or as just a boss. Maybe you're going to have to fight two like it's the Doom Hunter. The next enemy, which is also unknown if it's a boss or not, is the Ghost of the Summoner.
Spooky.
So, for those of you who didn't like the Summoner and thought it was good to replace him with the Archvile, you are in bad luck because the Summoner is back, and this time it's blue, but it also looks like it functions a little differently. So, based off the gameplay footage, what it looks like it can do is it can possess demons, and then once it's inside a demon, well, one, it can't take any damage, and two, it gives that demon a buff. But this isn't your grandma's buff, this is a blue buff. Does that make it more powerful? I don't know, maybe, probably. I would imagine it would make it more powerful just because this is going to be more of a challenge to people.
Yeah.
But the trick is you have to kill this ghost when it's not inside a demon. Does it still summon demons? I don't know, probably. In the video they show them using the microwave beam to kill it, which, in my personal opinion, is a Ghostbusters reference. But he looks exciting to fight. I don't know if it's a boss or not, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I know we were talking about this before with the whole concept of it buffing enemies, but I really hope they try to make it distinct from the Archvile.
Yeah.
I mean, it already seems like it with the weird, ghost possession and stuff, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Now, the next enemy or thing we're going to mention might not actually be an enemy in and of itself, but we do get a quick glimpse of a really large, well, like a Titan, pretty much, a green one, the glowy eye. Now, whether or not we actually fight this Titan is, well, I guess we'll see in the end, but right now it just looks like it's used as an elevator, pretty much.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking him back to Urdak so he can fight the Red Angels and the Ghost of the Summoner and stuff.
Yeah. So, maybe we'll have to end up fighting an actual Titan. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, how come it took, an entire building with two Titans to get you to Urdak in the base game, but then in the expansion, you can just use one Titan to get there? What a lame game. Come on, Hugo Martin, aren't you spending any time building this cannon?
Him and the three other people?
Yeah. So I think that's really all we have currently for new enemies to expect in the new expansion pack. But with that, you are going to have to fight 2 Marauders at the same time. Which at first I was like, okay, no big deal. But then I noticed that it's in like a really small, cramped area, and that's when I was kind of afraid.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe that means that you're only fighting those 2 Marauders, or maybe them and some, like, fodder enemies, but...
Yeah, some ammo.
Yeah.
I always said that I expected there to be a battle with a Doom Hunter, a Marauder, and a Tyrant all in the same room, and that battle never happened. So I'm expecting it to happen in these. And then I should also point out before the video ends is that Hugo Martin has said that the Ancient Gods is supposed to be the Return of the Jedi of the Star Wars universe. That's including Part 1 and Part 2. And that it will reveal the true new villain, an Emperor-type character. So, who that character is going to be, probably the Dark One they talk about in the text that you find in the game. But I would expect that there's going to be a big reveal of some new enemy.
Pretty
or
much.
Maybe the Summoner's Ghost is that enemy. It's the Emperor. Who knows?
Nah. So yeah, they're really wanting to make this like its own like thing. They want to try to make it as close to like a full release as possible. But I mean, they're breaking it in 2. So crap, where am I going with this?
Yeah, they're breaking it in 2 parts. So be ready for some big reveals, both for the universe, but also gameplay wise.
Yeah. So we still have some time to wait before this comes out. I think it's October, right? Like mid-October.
Yeah, mid-October.
That it comes out, so we'll play it when it does. We'll see how it is. We'll see what they do reveal, if there are any new enemies outside of what we mentioned. Maybe new weapons too. I hope there's at least a new weapon.
It's time to bring back the Doom 64 chainsaw.
Yeah. And also, like, I'm really curious as far as to how progression's gonna work. Especially
are you gonna start with no weapons? Are you going to start with 1 weapon? How's it going to work?
Yeah, and upgrades and stuff, like,
Because if you can buy this as its own separate game, it wouldn't make sense for you to start and they just give you all of the upgrades and stuff.
Yeah, and then the difficulty curve, too, because if newcomers are expected to go into this, are they going to get, like, steamrolled like people have beaten the main game? And then they come back to the old game, or the base game, and it's like a cakewalk?
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe that would be like a reason for them just giving us all the weapons like off the bat, so that way it is a challenge for them to go back to the beginning of the base game and have to work to earn all of them. And see how it is getting through the game with only a shotgun and no suit upgrades or crystals.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up everything we have to say today.
Yep, a very short
video. If you
video.
have any comments or anything, just put them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and all that other jazz.
Yep.
And we will be making more videos soon. Bye!
Bye.